All right, now we're gonna look at black-green, which is Witherbloom. Okay. Let's look at Blood Researcher. 3 cost, 2/2 menace. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on this. It's the best of these types of cards we've seen, like common. It's whatever. It's whatever, it's filler. Maybe it's a little bit better, but he needs a 6. Gaining life is typically not a thing you do a lot of, but maybe it is. Maybe it's a 6. I don't know if you always play this card if you're black-green. I think it's a 5, but I'll call it a 6 just because it has a pretty high upside. But I think you really have to gain life twice for this to be like actually better than a 5. Because a 3/3 menace for 3 is like fine, but it's not like amazing. I'm gonna call this a 5. Maybe not. Alright, I'll call it a 6. I'll call it a 6. It has potential. The wall was an uncommon. Gram Session. Gain 4 life, learn. This card is great. Always gonna play it, I think. I think you're always gonna play this card. Assuming you have a lesson to get. If you don't have a lesson to get, then don't bother. But this card seems great to me. Ravenous Learn. Good one. Alright. Until end of turn, target creature gets Death Touch, and whenever this creature dies, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control, you gain 2 life. This used to cost 4 mana, right? And did not gain 2 life? I guess this is Blade Brand, right? This is essentially Blade Brand. And Rebirth combined, you're right. There was Wildwood Rebirth. No, it was some other Rebirth card. Verdant Rebirth? Yeah, Verdant Rebirth. Kind of like that. More like Blade Brand, I think. Gains 2 life as well. It's a filler card. It functionally isn't that much different than +2/+2 gain 2, I think, a lot of the time. It might be a 6. I doubt it. Because it doesn't work with your tokens, right? If you have a creature token, then this doesn't really work with it. Yeah. It's not better than Blood Researcher, I agree. It's good. It's insane with Blood Researcher, right? Trample Lifelink. Sure. Sounds good. You're always going to play this, right? You might even splash for it. This guy's good. Lifelink is really good. I mean, maybe it's a 6. I'm willing to believe it's a 7, though. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Witherbloom Pledge Mage. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy instant sorcery, you gain 1 life. Wow. Well, everyone's going to have this in their deck. Everyone is going to have this in their deck. Because it's black or green. Like, everyone. Wow. This is a 7. Solid 7, right? I guess the Moldering Karok is a 6 if this is a 7. This is good. Yeah, maybe Blood Researcher is better than I thought. Let's make this a 7. Maybe it's better than that. You think this is an 8? Alright, it's an 8. I'm on board. That's cool. Good card. Looking forward to playing with it. Demogoth Woe Eater. Beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature. Uh-oh. Whenever you sacrifice Demogoth Woe Eater, not even necessarily to this effect, which is interesting, actually. So if your opponent plays, you know, the command, you still get them, right? Each opponent discards a card, you draw a card, and you gain 2 life. Well, okay, for Witherbloom Pride Mage, I'm gonna go back to this just for one moment. Longtime viewers of this stream know about the long legs of the law, right? I don't know if you remember Golgari long legs. This is like one of my most played cards. The long legs of the law, just like beating down. So I'm looking forward to playing with the Pledge Mage. But anyways, this one. I don't know how to feel about this. This card is weird. I think you're probably almost always gonna play it. If you're black green. You're not gonna. I don't think you splash for this. You don't need to Zarth, no, you don't need to sack something, you just sack itself. Like 4 mana, your opponent discards a card, you draw a card, and you gain 2 life. It's like a half mana, it's a half mana overcosted, right? And that you can make up for that for the fact that it was in play and blocking for you a turn. So in theory, it's like a 4 mana, they discard a card, you draw a card, and you gain like maybe 5 life. Because it prevented your opponent's 3/3 from attacking you. And that's like a pretty high floor. I think this might be a 6. Splashable assists or not? But I think this might be a 6. I think it's better than maybe it's better than this Smoldering Karak. I'm not sure. Deadly Brew. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. No, King Shifty, not really. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrificed a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. This is a cool card. Yeah, it seems good. Yeah, late game, you just like, you sack your 2-drop, they sack their 2-drop, and you get a 5-drop back, right? Oh, this is the Raised Dead that can get back, this is the Raised Dead that can get back your blacks. No. I like this. I think you're always gonna play it. You don't say, I don't know if you splash for this. I like this card though. Oh, this actually hits permanents. That's kind of cool. You can get back a planeswalker with this. Yeah. I think I like this. Dina's Soul Steeper. You think it's an 8? I don't think it's an 8. It's not as good as it's just a straight Terminator, I don't think. Dina's Soul Steeper, 2 mana, 1/3. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Ooh. Sacrifice another creature. Dina Soul Steeper gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. So you sacrifice a pest to get +1/0, and they lose 1, and you gain 1. You think this is a 9? I don't think this is a 9. This seems like a 7. They printed whenever you gain life, your opponent loses 1 life before, and those cards never did anything. This was a 3 mana 3/2 that was unplayable in the past. Yeah, this is a 6. In Ixalan, there was a 3 mana 3/2 with this text, and it sucked. So passive is pretty good. No, it's not. This was a common 3/2 for 3, and it was unplayable in Ixalan. Literally unplayable. This is probably a 5. Look, they don't lose. If you gain 4 life, they only lose 1. They don't lose 4. So it's not like a straight life to life loss thing. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you gain life this turn, a short target non-land permanent. Heck yeah, give me an 8. This is a 10? No. This is an 8. Terminates are 8s. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Create X 1/1 black and green X or X is when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Okay, so the joke is you play Woe Eater. Well, it doesn't actually work that. I mean, I guess you get 6 1/1s after that. This feels like a 5 or a 4. They've printed this card before. Or like you sack a creature and you get 1/1s and that the card was unplayable. This card's better, but I love all the people in the chat who are talking about how good of a draft card it is when we're clearly talking about sealed. This feels like a 4 or 5. How does Dina love this card? There is no synergy between these two cards. I don't understand. So I can like sack my 3/3 and I can sack my 4/4 to get 8 to make this an 8/3. And then I can use that to tend the pest to get 8 1/1s. How is that a combo? There's no combo. There's nothing there. Why would I do that? Why would I spend 4 cards to make 8 1/1s? I wouldn't. Why would I? Why would I do that? That's not a combo. Dude, no. That's not a combo, alright? Alright. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Woo! This is a hot fellow. If you're not familiar, by the way, of the combo in Eternal formats. If you're not familiar, I'll show you. Chain of Smog. Target player discards 2 cards. That player may copy the spell and may choose a new target for this copy. So if you're not familiar in other formats, not sealed, I'm just going to bring this up for now. You can just choose yourself with Chain of Smog and you just keep on making your discard yourself, right? Like, oh, I will choose to target myself again. I'll choose to target myself again. Choose to target myself again. Do as many times as you want. So you get as many Magecraft triggers as you want with Chain of Smog. So then with Witherbloom opponents, obviously your opponent's not going to be living very long if that happens. But stream is so confusing. Yeah, I'm talking about not sealed. But anyways, when it comes to this is a dangerous card. I like it. This probably is going to burn your opponent for 3 over the course of the game, right? 3 or 4. Like at 2-mana 2/2, your opponent loses 3 and you gain 3. I like it. And it like there's also the potential of your opponent just getting blasted, right? There's that black uncommon that blasts them, right? There's the Plumb the Forbidden, which is like literally just blasts them, just like fireballs them. I think this is probably a 6 or a 7, maybe a 7. Like if this card was black green 2/2 when it enters the battlefield, your opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. That's a good card, right? You would always play that card. I feel that's what this is. I think it is not hard to play 2 spells after this. Yeah. Maybe it's a 6. I don't think it's better. It may not be better than the Woe Eater and Sealed. Or it may not be better than Wildering Karok and Sealed. But maybe it's a 5. But I'm willing to believe it's a 6. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add black or green for each permanent destroyed this way. No. I guess it kills Fractals. Sideboard card. It's like a sideboard card for destroying blue-green decks. Alright. Yeah, it kills tokens. Yeah. Solid 5. This is like a solid 3 or 4. He is better than it looks. I think it's a 4. Demogoth Titan. 4 cost, 11/10. Whenever it attacks or blocks, sack a creature. Huh. This kind of feels like literally the Abyss in the sense that when, like, your opponent can't really take very many hits from this, right? So it's like whenever you sack a creature, they sack a creature. Because they have to block. But on the flip side, if you have one other creature, if you have like a 1/1 pest and you attack, your opponent can kill your 1/1 pest and then you have to sack this. Yeah, I don't know about this. This seems pretty bad. Probably a 4. Maybe it's a 5. You probably play it. Maybe it's a 5. Maybe it's 6. I don't know. I'll call it a 6. It has pretty high upside. Rush Rebirth. Choose target creature. When that creature dies this turn, search your library for a creature with lesser mana value. Put it on the battlefield. Yuck. I guess you can choose your opponent's creature, but... Yuck. Why isn't this just a card that has mana value 4? Just play a 4 mana 3/3 that has lifelink and trample instead of this. I don't know. I don't know why I'd play this. I mean, you would play Rush Rebirth if you had like a bomb creature that cost 3 or 4 to get, maybe. Maybe it's a 4 because of that. Alright, Witherbloom command. Target player mills 3 cards. Then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, sure. Draw a card. Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Okay, yuck. Target creature gets -3, -1. Yuck. Target plays... Okay, yuck. Yuck. Also a sorcery. This is yuck. Is it a 2? This might be a 2. I don't think you should play this. Maybe it's a 3. I mean, there's a 1 in 5 shot if you just play this on turn 2 that you don't hit a land. So, if you don't already have a land in your graveyard, there's a 1 in 5. There's a 1 in 5 shot as bricks. Oh yeah, I'm not about it. Beladros Witherbloom. 7 mana 4/4 flyer. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a pest. Pay 10 life, untap all your lands. That card's fine. 10 out of 10? No. Cool artwork. It's each upkeep? Yeah, 1/1 suck. 7 mana's a lot. Coma? It is not Coma, dude. Yeah, 7 mana 4/4 flyer would have been good 10, 20 years ago. I agree. It's not Verdant Forest. It's not Verdant Forest. Verdant Forest is the OG. This is the OG. You don't mess with him. It's fine. You're always going to play it. You're going to splash for it. It's a fine card. It's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's an 8. Maybe it's a 9. Maybe it's a 9. I'm just not impressed by it. Maybe it's an 8. Dies a heated debate. You know, that's a good point. It dies to the common 2 and a red spell. That's a good point, actually. Let's make it an 8. Exchange your hand in graveyard, exile, harness infinity. You play this on turn 9, you're gonna draw 5 cards from your graveyard, maybe 4, maybe more. Maybe. It is an instant, which is something, I guess. I'll put it as a 5. Maybe it's a 4. You don't just casually play this card. It's a really powerful card. Like, is this card worse than 7 mana 7 mana draw 5? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Is it worse than 7 mana draw 4? Probably. It's better than 7 mana draw 3. This is pretty hard to cast. It's a build around sideboard card, yeah. Yeah, I can just put one on it. It's like a 6 or a 1, right? Or maybe 1/6. Maybe it's more of a 1/6. I think you're far more likely to not play it than play it. Or 1/6. Yeah. Alright. Well, black-green was kind of straight up medium across the board. It has a lot of life gain involved, which is kind of a weird thing to do in sealed. Life gain is typically not where you want to be. A lot of self-sacrificing things with the Demogoth Titan and but this is incredibly pleasing. I'm looking forward to playing with that one. But the Woe Eater, then it has Dina, which I'm willing to believe I'm underestimating this, but probably not by much. Pest, you think 10 the Pest is a 10 or something? I don't think so, dude. They printed this type of card in the past. This card has never been good, but I like 2 cost. I play a 4-drop, and then I play 10 the Pest on the 4-drop. So I say it's a 4/4. I 10 the Pest the 4/4. I spent 2 cards and 6 mana to make 4 1/1s. It's just not worth it. I don't know. I don't understand how that would come together in any realistic form. There is an act of treason in the format. You're right. And there's lots of sacrificing in black green, so maybe the act of treason is decent. You might be right on that. You might be right.